What is going on, Giants fans? Some pretty big news just dropped in the NFL world at a position of need for the New York Giants, as Dante Fowler has announced that he will be back with the LA Rams. Now, I don't know the specifics of the contract. It has not been released yet. I am interested to see in what the details are, because that will set the market for the pass rushers in this year's offseason. SportTrack had him estimated to make $9.1 million. So, not that I thought it was make or break that we get this guy, but he's young. He's 24 years old. He fits the Giants' defense. He's an outside linebacker that could play in the 3-4, and he does have a world of ability. He, of course, was the number 3 overall pick in the 2016 draft. Now, he hasn't shown much at the NFL level. He's got about 15 career sacks, thereabouts, in his first 3 years. He had 8 sacks in his sophomore season where he didn't start a game, so he definitely has potential. Last year, he got traded from the Jaguars because I think that they knew they weren't going to re-sign him because of all the talent they had at that position. He went to the Rams. He had 2 sacks in 5 or 6 games, and the Rams are going to bring him back. I'm curious to see what the contract is. But as a Giants fan now, the market is starting to thin out, and it was thin to begin with when we saw the big names get franchised, the D Fords, the Tank Lawrences, the Frank Clarks. The only big name out there is Trey Flowers, but he's out of our price range. So, I mean, it's very thin right now. There's only a handful of guys that we could go after. Of course, you have Justin Houston, who was released by the Chiefs, but he's up there in age, and he's injury-prone. Zadarius Smith is the guy that I really like, but he is going to be heavily targeted from any team that needs a pass rusher. And, I mean, they could certainly use one. The Jets could use one. So, it's going to be hard for the Giants really to get an impact pass rusher in free agency. It's looking more and more likely that the Giants are going to have to attack the pass rusher position early in this year's draft, whether it be in the first round, whether it be trading down in the first round, accumulating picks, getting a guy like a Montez Sweat in the 12th or 13th overall pick. But that's what it's looking like. We'll see. Hopefully we get our hands on a Zadarius Smith, a Preston Smith. There's a few names out there that may be able to make an impact. Justin Houston, as I said, but this was one of them. I wasn't expecting the Giants to get him, but thinned out a little more for Giants fans out there. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, teams are allowed to talk with the free agents in, I think it's 12 hours. I thought it was noon on Monday. But they cannot officially sign until Wednesday. I will have a ton of free agency coverage up for broad NFL. Of course, I'm going to be focused in on my team, but any big signing, I will be reporting it on the page. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, tell me your thoughts, Giants fans. What do you think? Were you bummed out? Did you think Fowler was any realistic possibility? And what outside linebacker in free agency do you want to target? And do you think it's realistic that we could possibly come up with them? As always, cheers.